Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, supportive oracle cards, the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I found it. I'm happy. I'm using it. In case I've whined about it in the previous video you've seen by me. I found it. Found it. Okay. Tarot cards. Okay. What do we have going on for you? There's nothing here that I don't like. Let me see. There's a hidden card there. We'll see. We'll see. There's a hidden card over here too. I'm looking. Okay. There's good energy. Yeah, are you being included in this good energy? Partially. A little bit. Okay. Skull of Flowers, Ten of Cups. So there's good energy here. And I see you noticing a lot of different things. That's normal for Gemini. Where do you want to be in this situation? I feel like that's what I keep looking at. Like, where do you want to be in the situation versus where you are? Do you want to stay there, or do you want to change your position, and what other positions do you have available to you? Very good energy here. The Skull of Flowers is telling me something seems to have changed around you at this moment. And it's kind of like, now is the time to make a change if I want to, but do I want to? Because I seem to be very happy. Changing the dynamic for me could be very stimulating at first, but could be a pain in the butt long term. So do I want to do that? And if I do that, where do I want to go? Now, there is the joy with the Six of Swords here in the environment. I feel like somebody's going to look like they're going to move or they're going to change. They're all excited about some change they want to make, but they're going to abandon it. That's going to be a factor for you, is what I'm getting. What this person is doing, like if they're going to make this change and they're all excited about it, making that change does affect you. Definitely does affect you. They're saying, what the universe is trying to tell you here is kind of like, hey, that's not actually going to happen. They're not actually going to make that change. They're going to abandon it for whatever reason. And they're trying to give you a heads up about this. Because you got scrying with the wolf. No, it's the werewolf. Scrying with the werewolf, right? We're scrying with the werewolf. It sounds like a song getting ready to be written. If this person doesn't change and you change, I have a feeling that's not going to sit well. You're not going to like that. What they're saying is, when you're looking at this, don't let this person be a factor in your change. Whether they go or stay, whether they follow what they want or they don't, remove that from your factors on you making a decision about where you want to go next. Don't let that be a factor. That way, no matter what they choose, it won't matter. So if you remove them from the equation, like whether they stay or go, doesn't change how you go next, what you go to next. Just remove them from that situation. Remove them as a variable. This will be a lot easier for you. This will be a lot easier for you. Because I'm getting, once you've made your decision, it just seems like it goes through 3 stages, and it's just kind of rote routine. Once you've made your decision, then you got the rules that you have to abide by. Once you've decided what you're going to do, you step forward, and that's how that's going to go. Stay where you are, then you're staying, going, then you got to go and do whatever's next in that path. At first, no matter which way you choose, you will be happy. Because I get the Nine of Cups here telling me, whatever way you're choosing will be the right direction for you. Stay, go, whatever you got to do. You'll make a good choice for yourself. The thing is, if you were using that person as a factor, when they don't move forward, that's going to throw you off. Because you're going to find that out at some point. That seems to be the 3rd stage. Realizing that what you thought was going to happen, what somebody told you was going to happen, did not happen. But what I'm getting at here as the It does feel like the Page of Swords in this situation. It's kind of like I'm looking at what's happening, I'm absorbing that information, and if that was like a major motivator for what you chose, you're going to be like, oh, well, okay. Like, I wouldn't have done this if I knew that, or something like that. The energy might be there. It just might throw you off for a minute for some reason. It might get your mind going through, like why, and why, what happened, and what's going on. And it just might get your mind going in a few different circles. It might kind of distract you from your goal. It seems like this one might be simple. We'll find out. Whatever you chose to do, you got the Four of Coins. You're stuck with it. This is, again, why you don't want to let this other person be a factor to that. Remove them as a variable. Because once you've made your choice, you do seem to be stuck with it, is what I'm getting. And at first you were happy with it. I feel like you still should be happy with it. But you are locked into something, is what I'm getting. I'm getting the Apple with the Hearth is telling me this is a situation that's going to serve you. Whatever you chose, you will make out. It will go well for you. You will get a lot out of it. But with the apple, is it the poison apple? It is not the poison apple. The question is what this red liquid is, right? If you look at the apple next to the hand, there's red liquid going right off the side. So a lot of times I'll view it like a candy apple, and the candy coating is like melting off. Sometimes it does come across as blood or something like that. To me, in this one, I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm like, I almost feel like it's a gag. You know those kids, they do the fake blood and it just kind of hangs there, but it's actually a piece of plastic or silicone or something. That's kind of how it looks to me right now. It looks like a piece of silicone or something just kind of hanging there. Like it's fake blood. And I almost feel like there's problems here, but I almost feel like when I'm looking at it, like the problems aren't really that bad. And it's almost like you're dealing with somebody who their bark is worse than their bite. Even the Hearth is very interesting. If you look closely at the Hearth, there's a gargoyle face above it. I didn't even notice it till just now. But it's a stone carving, right? It's above the Hearth. It's beautiful, actually. The look on their face, the gargoyle's face is not that beautiful, I'll give you that. But I'm getting this, it's a very good situation, but if you're thrown off and you're thrown off your game, it may seem worse than it actually is. That's why they're saying remove that variable in the beginning. Stay centered on where you're going. Keep very focused on that. Realize what you're a part of is really good. Like, you were feeling really good about it at one point. It really is good. Keep that feeling. Remember what's going on there. Keep your energy centered there. Because there's a lot of good here. I feel like it's really good. But I feel like somebody might be messing with you, and it might just be rolling around in your head like, oh, I chose this, but I didn't know that, and that changed. And now, is this really where I should be? Do I really want to be here? I feel like it's kind of like it's different. When you feel like you're trapped versus you want to be somewhere, like kind of like, I want to stay home today, that's great. But like if you're snowed in and you really have no choice, you have to stay home today, it has a whole different feel to it. It's like, now I couldn't go somewhere if I wanted to. That's different. Versus, I want to stay home today. I could go somewhere if I want to, but I want to stay. It's a whole different feel. And they're saying avoid that feeling so that doesn't hold you down. You are trapped with it, though. Like, you are stuck with it. It's true, but remember that you wanted to be there. That's what they're saying. And hold on to that energy. There's a lot of things that you need to get done here. You got the skeleton with the Queen of Wands. Well, I'm feeling the skeleton for you. I feel like they're saying this is just the beginning. You gotta. It's almost like I feel like it's a sculpture almost, kind of like now we got the skeleton of the sculpture down. Now we got to add some more elements to it to fill in the skeleton to like give it a shape, to give more of a human shape. And then when we get that in, we got to put some skin on it. When we get the skin on it, then we got to like decorate it up with hair and some nails and some other attributes. And when we get that there, and then we got to dress it with some clothing. You know, and then we have to pose it the way we want to. Like it's gonna take layers of elements to get this going. You're on the first layer is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting with the skeletons, like the first layer, the base layer. You know what I mean? There is strength involved here, but they're saying you got a lot of work here to pull this together and make this what you want it to be. Stay centered on that. Stay centered on what you want. Remember why you got involved with this. Don't let that distract you. Don't let that variable be a problem for you. Your final card is the High Priestess? Yep. There's going to be like almost like a mental war going on in your head, like what's going on versus what was happening before. The more you can stay centered on committing to what you chose and looking at the different possibilities of what you chose versus going back and like, if I had known, or is there a way I can go back to that, or is like, why did that happen? Because I feel like that might keep pulling you back. Like, why did that happen? Like, now there's questions that you want answers to. The High Priestess says that's going to be there, but they're like, treat it like curiosity, not like not like a need. Like, just it would be interesting to know, but I don't need to know. Keep your energy centered on building the skeleton up so you can make this situation great, because I'm getting it really is a good situation for you. It really is. The Nine of Cups is coming in here. The Hearth is here. I'm getting this is a really good situation. They're just saying you got to stay centered on this information, centered on this energy, and concentrate on that to make it a great situation. Your energy has to stay concentrated and focused on it to make it that great moment. It won't happen without you centered to that level. They're just warning you about distractions, and distractions kind of ruining your situation. Your energy is it's vital for this. Your focus is vital for this. Yes, Gemini has a lot of different ways to look at things, and you need to do that. You need to see all these different avenues, and they're saying yes, and that's why you're here. Just keep that energy focused on what you want. Keep those possibilities and those variables all going where you want to go, all focused where you want to be. Don't let yourself be torn between going forward and figuring out the past. Let the past stay in the past. Let it stay there. Focus on where you're going, not where you've been. In this situation, that seems to be more valid. Are we good? Good. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.